clinical research for community integration.
Engineering for equity, access to everyone.
A priori research for a cause.
Mimicking human body mechanism.
Innovative geometry for safety and performance.
Translational technology for social impact.
Narrowing the gap between disability and ability.
Hello everyone. We'll wait for some more guests to arrive and we'll start quickly. Till then, I request your patience. Thank you. make this event more inclusive, we have sign language interpreter, Ms. Anupriya with us. We also request, if anyone in the audience has any accessibility needs, please reach out to our team. You can spot them wearing an R2D2 t-shirt. According to World Health Organization, 1 billion people globally need assistive technology to lead healthy, productive, and dignified lives, but only 1 in 10 have access. 2 major challenges in the space of assistive technology are accessibility and affordability. As a team at TTK Centre for Rehabilitation Research and Device Development, R2D2 in short, our goal is to bridge this gap by developing devices that are functional, of high quality, and yet affordable. Good afternoon, and a hearty welcome to everyone to the product launch of our prosthetic knee, Kadam. Kadam is the 4th product that is being launched from R2D2. We'll get to know more about Kadam during the event through videos and user experiences. For today's launch, we have with us Director of IIT Madras, Professor V. Kamakoti, Chairman, TTK Prestige, Sri T.T. Jagannathan, Associate Director, Technical and Quality Systems, Mobility India, Bangalore, Mr. Soikat Ghosh, we are also graced with the virtual presence of our chief guest, State Commissioner for Persons with Disability, Thiru Johny Varghese, IAS. We are glad to have your presence here. So today, we also have here with us faculty, staff, residents, students of IIT Madras, our team, family, and friends. Let us start the event with songs Tamil Thai Valthu and Vande Mataram. I request everyone to please get ready for the invocation.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
शीतला सस्य श्यामला
शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. It takes a lot of courage and dedication to come out of one's comfort zone. The team at R2D2 can proudly say that we are led by one such person who left her comfortable life abroad and chose a path that she knew will not be easy to forge. Using her strength as a researcher in the field of biomechanics and 8-year experience in US industry, she has been mentoring students to develop transforming products. She is also co-founder of NeoMotion, a startup on assistive technology. Her vision to develop highly functional yet affordable products is the driving force to the team at R2D2. She is an inspiration not just as a leader, but also as a mentor to many and a great mother. They say women are fierce when it comes to changing the world. She is one of them. We cordially invite the head of TTK Centre for Rehabilitation Research and Device Development, Professor Sujata Srinivasan, to deliver the welcome address.
Okay, that part of the speech was kept secret from me. So thank you, team, for that very nice gesture. Thank you. It is my great pleasure to welcome virtually our chief guest, Thiru Johny Varghese, the Tamilnadu State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, who is passionate about what he can do in governance for people with disability, and who really wanted to be here but got called into an emergency meeting. He's been kind enough to send us a video, which we will play later in the event. I'm also very happy to have our director, Professor Kamakoti, here with us on this occasion. Shri T.T. Jagannathan, Chairman TTK Prestige, who has been a huge support to R2D2. And Mr. Soikat Ghosh, Technical Director at Mobility India. Welcome all of you here and elsewhere joining us for the launch of the Kadam polycentric prosthetic knee. So R2D2 stands for the TTK Centre for Rehabilitation Research and Device Development. And we've been focused on solving simple and complex problems related to assistive technologies for people with locomotor disability. We want to bridge the gap between low-cost, primitive technologies and high-tech but expensive technology. At first glance, if you look at Kadam, it's what is commonly known as a 4-bar or a polycentric knee. In the 1970s, Professor Charles Radcliffe at the University of California in Berkeley first pioneered this concept for use in a prosthetic knee to enable people with an above-knee amputation to walk comfortably again. Nearly 50 years later, I'm sure the question comes to everyone's mind, why Kadam, and why is it a step forward? So the functional, environmental, and socio-economic needs of prosthesis users in India are unique. A prosthetic knee needs to be stable while weight-bearing, and it needs to bend while when a person is walking in order to clear the ground comfortably and prepare for the next step. So walking on non-uniform terrain is a huge challenge for not only people without disability, but think about the level of challenge it presents for an above-knee prosthesis user. So the common solution in India is to fit the user with a locked knee. So the knee stays locked, ensuring stability when they're walking, but you can only unlock it for sitting. You may have seen people walking like that, from the hip when they have a locked knee. And that's a very uncomfortable gait. It expends a lot of energy. It's very tiring. Existing 4-bar knees, which are mostly imported, have a variety of geometries. But when we researched further into it, we found that performance comparison on biomechanical parameters was missing for these. Even the development of prosthetic knees for countries like India usually focus on the cost aspect. They focus on using low-cost materials, but rarely have they looked at geometry for tackling Indian terrain. So using low-cost materials can also result in durability issues in the long run. So we set about designing a knee that would give the user more control while walking on different kinds of terrain, allow them to bend their knee sufficiently to kneel or to sit in cramped spaces like we usually encounter here, and would meet international standards for strength and durability. We optimized the geometry, did extensive simulations to understand the knee's functioning, and conducted biomechanical analysis to understand differences between existing knees and our design. We developed in-house capability for testing the designs to ISO 10328 international standards for prosthetic knees. So the work on Kadam is backed by a granted patent and 4 peer-reviewed publications in international journals. But the real test lay in the extensive user trials that Mobility India conducted in various centers, urban, peri-urban, rural settings. The feedback from the prosthetists, users, and the simulations have helped us refine and simplify the design, making it more cost-effective, making Kadam what it is today, a high-quality, functional, and affordable knee, designed and developed in India to international standards for Indian users and beyond. So Kadam is the result of a long journey. It's a collaborative effort by the Society of Biomedical Technology, SBMT, created by our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, to support the indigenization of affordable medical technology. Mobility India's extensive experience in prosthesis delivery, and the research capabilities of R2D2 IIT Madras. SBMT's director could not be here in person today, but we hope you're there with us virtually. All the work that we do would not be possible without the support from the Institute, my colleagues, many collaborators across India and the globe, and the dedication and enthusiasm of the R2D2 team. Thank you all for being here, physically and virtually, and I once again welcome you to the launch of Kadam. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sujata, for throwing light on how important Kadam is for us and also for the users. Thank you. Behind Kadam and all other products that we develop at R2D2, there are dedicated engineers, technicians, clinicians, researchers, and other professionals who constantly strive to do their best. To the uninitiated here, there is a small video to show what we stand for as a team at R2D2.
When I came back to India after 15 years in the US, when I came back to IIT this time as a faculty, I found that things really hadn't changed much in the assistive device landscape. With my background and my industry experience, I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to again start working with my students, give them projects in the assistive devices area, because I also teach mechanisms and design and many of those and biomechanics. It was really nice to see the students also getting motivated to work in this area, and we came up with several nice prototypes. So we had prototypes, but I knew that we couldn't really make an impact unless we were able to take these to the market. And at that time, I had no idea how to go about doing something sitting here in academia. So that was when, in 2014, two wonderful things happened. One was we got the Wellcome Trust project to develop a standing wheelchair. So we had to, the project was to go from a lab prototype to commercialization with an industry partner. And the second was TTK Prestige came, they saw all the prototypes we had built, and they said, we will support a center. We will support the TTK Centre for Rehabilitation, Research and Device Development, or R2D2 as we call it for short.
Wheelchairs in the country. People are provided with wheelchairs, but still they stay inside their home. They don't really use it. So, which is where we had developed a customized wheelchair which can adjust to the size of the user. In a single push, it goes about 3 to 5 times more than conventional wheelchairs. Most importantly, it keeps the user at the center of the wheelchair. Another key problem is that people are not able to go outside without taking help, which is where the front clip-on attachment, NeoBolt, comes in. It attaches to the wheelchair in less than 2 seconds, goes at speed of 25 kilometers per hour, basically a roadworthy vehicle. We've developed the Arise standing wheelchair so that user can independently, without taking any help, go from sitting to standing and come back. People could access ATM, banks, various other facilities. Most importantly, user could stand up, look eye to eye and have a conversation. Even during the product launch, when we had the national anthem playing, I think users stood up after the injury for the very first time. They were really delighted. You could see that on their face. And even for a designer like me, I think that is what we work for, like seeing that joy in users, adding that value in users' life. That's what we work for.
We started off with wheel mobility solutions and prosthetic knee, but right now we are working on rehabilitation technologies in partnership with CMC Vellore, where we've developed a hand neuro rehabilitation device that helps people with stroke and spinal cord injury to train their fine motor skills. We are also working on arm training robots as well. There is also an area that we work very closely with children with cerebral palsy, pediatric solutions that we've developed for them, namely the body motion wheelchair that is controlled with gestures. In the future, we are also looking at getting into the geriatric population, where we find solutions that make lives easy for the aging population. We aspire to also develop a stair climbing wheelchair pretty soon. At R2D2, our goal has always been to make the lives of persons with disability easier and to improve their quality of life. We simply want to change the narrative from disability to ability so that there is a fair chance for everybody in the society.
How often does one come across someone who has scientific brilliance, yet takes time to appreciate finer things in life, like play veena, teach music to his daughter? From being the pioneer in developing the first indigenous processor of India, Shakti, advising the National Security Board, and to being a torchbearer of artificial intelligence, Professor V. Kamakoti wears lots of different hats. In the era where we are debating to understand if AI will be a boon or a bane, Professor V. Kamakoti brilliantly explains how AI can be used to upskill the human mind and in turn the human race, leaving the mundane to the machines. We request Director of IIT Madras, Professor V. Kamakoti, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you and a very good evening to all of you. To TTK sir, welcome to your auditorium. Right. So there are a lot of research that we do for which we are happy, but there are research that we do where we are delighted and it touches our heart, and this is one for which we are greatly indebted to Sujata for having brought this. A big round of applause to her. You know, a lot of things in life we take for granted. I just walked from my office to this, right, when I really thought I need to come within a few minutes I'm here. But these are big challenges that people face because of these unfortunate inabilities. Finding a solution for it, and especially a cost-effective solution, more to add a Atmanirbhar, complete indigenous solution, is something phenomenal, and that takes us to the next level. In the last few years, when the COVID pandemic had struck us, we realized the need that technology need to go very closely with medicine. And many IITs, many technical schools across the country are moving towards starting a medical school where we try to marry technology with medicine and quality of life. IIT Madras is also taking a big step in this direction, and very quickly you will see more things happening in that direction. And these type of projects actually give us the courage and also the justification for us to quickly move and bring out a change and a focus towards medicine and technology and the way of life. We have recently have a brain center where we are studying the human brain. We are trying to find a digital twin model, that's the ultimate thing, of a human brain, so that we understand how the brain works. And this research of both the wheelchair and the limb that Sujata has developed, I think it's going to be a real game changer and a real value add for many people who have been having inability here. I am very, very happy to be part of this launch, and I wish more and more things to come up, and especially your next level research on speech therapy and also your, the training for people who had strokes. I think these are some very, very important things, and I wish you all the success. I wish the TTK Centre more and more laurels and more things that can take us close to what the mankind needs. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I again congratulate you and your team for this great effort. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind words, sir. Even though we all love technology, for today or till the event gets over, I request all of our audience to please put your mobile phones in silent mode. Thank you. We will now take you through a short visual walk about Kadam.
Mobility is central to human progress.
The ability to move freely not only helps in performing day-to-day functions, but has a bearing on one's physical and mental health. For persons with locomotor disability, mobility is often far-fetched, depriving social inclusion and participation. The WHO states that only 1 in 10 people in need have access to assistive technology, and they are not available in adequate numbers and affordable prices. The TTK Centre for Rehabilitation Research and Device Development, R2D2, at IIT Madras, headed by Professor Sujata Srinivasan, has been working to fill that gap. Following the Arise, NeoFly, and NeoBolt, the most recent innovation from R2D2 is an indigenous polycentric prosthetic knee joint suitable for persons with transfemoral or above knee amputation. The 4-bar knee called Kadam. Kadam has advantages over a hinge joint because of the multiple axes of rotation, which provide the user greater control over the prosthesis while walking and a maximum knee flexion of 160 degrees, which makes it easy to sit in cramped spaces like buses and autos. It is designed for durability with high-strength stainless steel and aluminum alloy, along with hard chrome-plated EN8 pins and high fatigue life polymer bushings. Kadam is India's first indigenously developed polycentric knee for an above-knee prosthesis, AKP, under the Make in India campaign, in association with Society for Biomedical Technology, SBMT. The knee is affordable and at the same time of high quality and performance, complying with ISO 10328 standards, including 30 lakh cycles of fatigue testing. It provides stability, reduces the risk of stumbling, and its patented geometry is specifically optimized for use on uneven terrains. Through Mobility India, extensive clinical trials have been conducted, the results of which have ensured the design is user-centric. Users instantly recognize the stable nature of the knee. The ability of the user to let go of the safety of parallel bars in the very first trial is a testimony to the performance of the knee. For thousands of above-knee amputees in India, Kadam makes it possible to walk with a more comfortable gait. Not just mobility, Kadam aims to improve the overall quality of life of users, make them an integral part of the society, and instill confidence in such individuals to face the daily challenges in life.
Our chief guest for today, State Commissioner for Persons with Disability, Thiru Johny Tom Varghese IAS, is a total visionary and yet unusually easy to approach. His vision of bringing museum of possibilities is something persons with disability absolutely appreciate. In his previous assignments, he always worked on improving the quality of education. Reading his bio across publicly available material, we notice that he is data and research driven, and with a position of power, that's a brilliant combination which can create significant impact in the lives of persons with disability. Due to last-minute schedule change, our chief guest is not available in person, but leveraging technology, we'll step into his office and see a video message from him.
A very warm good afternoon to all of you. I'm indeed honored and very happy to be part of this event when Kadam is being launched. Kadam, which is India's first indigenous...
Samson, can we just replay the AV, please?
A very warm good afternoon to all of you. I'm indeed honored and very happy to be part of this event when Kadam is being launched. Kadam, which is India's first indigenously developed polycentric prosthetic knee, which is developed by IIT Madras, R2D2, headed by Professor Sujata, under the vision and guidance of the director of IIT Madras, both of whom are present in this gathering, I believe. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I have been closely associated with IIT Madras, especially R2D2, especially since the launch of Arise, which is the standing wheelchair. I was there for the launch when the minister launched it, and it was an exciting, a very interesting event for me, because that was the time when I started as a director of the Welfare of Differently Abled Department of the Government of Tamilnadu. And to see, all the people who are affected at the spinal cord to be standing up, using the wheelchair to stand up to the national anthem was such an exciting and inspiring event for me. And there I realized the potential of technology and how it can change the lives of persons with disabilities. It was later that I got introduced to Neobolt, and we were in touch as government and as department. We were in touch with the product. We finally were, I'm happy to inform you that we were finally able to give orders for Neobolt in large numbers, and we are hoping for the first set of supply to be made, and hoping to observe how it affects the lives of the people who ordered it. The same way, Kadam is also an interesting product. If it is affordable, we believe that it can create equality of opportunity, because mobility is a key to bringing that chance for a person with disability to stand up and be on the equal footing with others. As Government of Tamil Nadu, we've always encouraged startups, always been looking forward for products to come forth, especially in this segment where the market, the economies of scale may not be achieved, and where we have to step in as government, and we have to see what products can be made available and made affordable, most importantly, for persons with disabilities. And in this way, for the first time in India, in any procurement systems that are available, we were able to come out with a choice-based system of procuring assistive devices. According to that system, we empanel not just one supplier like we used to earlier, but we empanel many suppliers and many products in the same category for persons with disabilities to choose from. For instance, in a battery-operated wheelchair, we have now introduced Neobolt as well, along with other range of battery-operated wheelchairs, from where the person with disability can choose the equipment by himself in an online system. And it's a revolutionary step for us when we are empowering person with disability with the choice to choice to choose a subsidized model of assistive device. Now, such systems are actually to encourage smaller suppliers, encourage innovations like that is happening in R2D2 and the companies that are commercializing it. In the same way, we expect that Kadam will also be able to change the way, change the lives of people, and at the same time, the experience of it can encourage R2D2 to come out with more innovative and exciting products, and we as government are looking forward for it. I congratulate the team. I understand how much of hard work went into it, the toil that went into it. I congratulate the team, especially Professor Sujata, who was heading it, and under the vision and the guidance of the director. So we look forward to working with you, look forward for the product, and I'm happy to be here and excited to be here, and good luck with your product. Good luck, Kadam. Thank you.
We are all thankful for our chief guest for being kind enough to send us a video message despite of his busy schedule. So let's now officially launch Kadam with your huge applause.
can go or let it be there?
User experience, support, and feedback is an integral part of a device development. Two of the users who have already been fitted with Kadam are with us today. We invite them to the dais to share their experience with wider audience. We request Mr. Sanjay from Mobility India and Mr. Vivek from R2D2 to please accompany the users, Mr. Hari and Mr. Ram Prakash, onto the dais. I request the users to kindly share their experience. I request the users to kindly say a few words.
ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗಿಂದ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗಿಂದ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ನಡಿಬೋದು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಟೂ ವೀಲರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎತ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ.
மிஸ்டர் ராம்பிரகாஷ் என்ன சொல்கிறாருன்னா, ஓகே
ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ರಾಮಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಅಂತ.
சார் அவர் பேர் வந்து ராம்பிரகாஷ், பெங்களூர்லேருந்து வராருங்க. ஸோ ஜென்ரலாக வந்து என்னென்னா ஆம்புட்டி ஆகிட்ட ஒரு ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 10 இயர்ஸாக யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தார். ஸோ ஜிஎஸ்என்ட்டு நம்ம R2D2 நீ ஜாயிண்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணதுலேருந்து ஸோ ரொம்ப கம்ஃபர்டபுள் ஃபீல் பண்ணுறாரு அவர். ஸோ இப்போ என்ன வண்டியில் அவரே ட்ரைவ் பண்ணுறாரு, இண்டிபெண்டாக ட்ரைவ் பண்ணுறாருங்க. ஸோ அதை சொல்கிறேன், இப்போதைக்கு அவர் என்ன பண்ணுறாரு, இந்த ஜாயிண்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணுறதுனால யூ ஃபீல் மோர் கம்ஃபர்டபுள். அதுதான் வந்து ஷேர் பண்ணுறாரு இப்போதைக்கு. ஸோ ரைட் நான் என்னென்னா இப்போ 2 வீலர் ட்ரை பண்ணுறாரு அவர், ஆஸ் வெல் அஸ் 4 வீலர் ட்ரை பண்ணுறாரு.
హలో, ఎం పేరు హరి, తెలుగులో మాట్లాడతాను. నా పేరు హరి సార్, బెంగళూరు. నాకు వచ్చి యాక్సిడెంట్ అయి 5 ఇయర్స్ అయింది. ఫస్ట్ వచ్చి జైపూర్ ఫుట్ వాడాము, అది మాకు సెట్ కాలేదు సార్. తర్వాత ఒక బస్సులో ఒక అతను ఇండియా మొబిలిటీ ఇండియా అని సజెషన్ చేశారు, అక్కడ వచ్చి యూజ్ చేశాను 3 ఇయర్స్. తర్వాత IIT జాయింట్ ఇప్పుడు యూజ్ చేశాను సార్. సుజాత మేడంకి ధన్యవాదాలు, బాగుంది అది యూజ్ చేస్తే స్మూత్గా ఉంది. నేను బైక్ తోలుతాను, ఆటో తోలుతాను సార్ బెంగళూరులో. మొబిలిటీ ఇండియాకి సుజాత మేడంకి ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుకుంటాను. நன்றி. நல்லா இருக்குது, இந்த ஜாயிண்ட் நல்லா இருக்குது, எனக்கு சாட்டிஸ்ஃபேக்ஷன் ரொம்ப பிடிச்சிச்சு. தேங்க்யூ.
அவர் வந்து ஹரி, அவர் பெங்களூர் தான் வராருங்க. ஸோ நேட்டிவ் பிளேஸ் ஆந்திரா. ஸோ ஆக்சுவலாக ஃபஸ்ட்டு யூஸ் பண்ணது வந்து ஜெய்ப்பூர்லேயும் யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காரு ஆம்புடேஷன் பிறகு. ஸோ அது யூஸ் பண்ணதில் வந்து கொஞ்சம் டிஸ்கம்ஃபர்ட் அவரே ஃபீல் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. ஸோ அப்போது சமயம் பஸ்ஸில் ட்ராவல் பண்ணுறப்போ அவருக்கு ரெஃபரன்ஸ் கிடச்சிருக்கு மொபிலிட்டி இந்தியாவுக்கு போகன்ட்டு. ஸோ அங்கே வந்த சமயத்தில் சுஜாதா மேடம் வந்து இந்த ஒரு ரிசர்ச்சுக்காக அவர் ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தோம். அப்போ அந்த ஜாயிண்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணிவிட்டு ஸோ அவர் ஃபீல் பண்ணுறாரு, முன்னாடி நம்ம ஜெய்ப்பூர் ஃபுட் யூஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கும் இப்போ யூஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கும் நிறைய டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இருக்குது. அதில் வந்து ரொம்ப கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக ஃபீல் பண்ணுறாரு அவர். ஸோ இதனால் அவர் என்ன சொல்லிக்க விரும்புகிறாருன்னா, சுஜிதா மேடமுக்கும் மொபிலிட்டி இந்தியாவுக்கும் ரொம்ப நன்றின்னு சொல்கிறாரு. தேங்க்ஸ்.
Thank you for translating. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hari and Mr. Ram Prakash, for sharing your experience. I request you to kindly be seated. As a token of gratitude, we would like to give all the users and the guests our R2D2 t-shirt, which we are launching today. We are a little bit selfish here. We wanted to promote and we want to push all of you to wear our t-shirt. Thank you. Our special guest speaker, Professor Kathy Holloway, is a professor at University College London's Interaction Centre, co-founder and academic director of Global Disability Innovation Hub. Professor Kathy's work looks at assistive technology as not just a product, but as a combination of product, purpose, and infrastructure that helps to adopt the product. This vision has impacted many lives. She's an example on using technology for the greater good that fits a purpose. We are glad to have received a video message from Professor Kathy Holloway addressing the event.
Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to congratulate the Kadam team on this fantastic launch. As many of you know, the Global Disability Innovation Hub exists to accelerate disability innovation for a fairer world. And assistive devices and the provision services around these devices to get the devices to the people who need them are essential in enabling this fairer world. Through the World Report on Assistive Technology, sponsored by the WHO and UNICEF, we have found that open innovation is critical for success of assistive technology innovation. The Kadam device, a novel lower limb prosthetic leg, which will allow above-knee amputees better flexibility and range of motion of their limb. It will allow them, for example, to squeeze into tight spaces, like on a bus, but also allow a greater degree of freedom when they are traveling over rough or uneven terrain. This Kadam is a great example of open innovation. And it builds on a great tradition of open innovation, which has been created by Professor Sujatna Srinivasan at the R2D2 Centre in IIT Madras. Often in collaboration with Mobility India, they have developed a framework in which they are able to apply excellent technical expertise alongside user-centered design to make sure that devices get to the market quickly. This particular project, funded by Make in India, is yet another example of the fantastic innovative spirit within India, and I am sure we will see much more of this in the coming years. So from everybody at the Global Disability Innovation Hub and the WHO Collaborating Centre on Assistive Technology, it is just my small honour to congratulate Professor Sujatna and the wider team on this fantastic achievement. Well done, and I hope you enjoyed the launch. Sorry I can't be there.
We are all thankful to Professor Kathy for her kind words. I request the entire team of R2D2, our colleagues from Mobility India and SBMT, to please come onto the stage for a group photograph. There are few people who, despite all the odds, are iron-willed to achieve what they dream of. Those are the people who inspire us, are the driving force to this world. With 11 years of lived experience as a tetraplegic, working in the assistive technology space was a natural calling for him. He is an international swimming champion and has represented India at the World Swimming Championship and Para-Asian Games. At R2D2, we are lucky to have one such person as our head operations, whose energy can light up the dullest of the rooms. I would like to call upon head operations at R2D2, Mr. Justin J. Sudas, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Navina. That intro also was kept as a secret. I didn't know. So if you could read our minds, then you would know how grateful we are for your presence here today. But last I checked, there is no app that can actually read a mind that's commercially available. So here I am to deliver a word of thanks on behalf of our team at R2D2. We'd like to first thank our users, who are the center of everything that we do at R2D2. Without them, we don't have problem statements. We have no devices to develop. So thank you for teaching us, helping us learn, and help us develop devices. We thank our chief guest, Thiru Johny Varghese, IAS, State Commissioner for Persons with Disability, for joining us today, albeit virtually. Our sincere thanks to our director, Professor V. Kamakoti, and the Institute for being the foundation pillar of all that we develop, for the fantastic facilities that the Institute provides us. Thank you, Dr. Kathy Holloway, Director, Global Disability Innovation Hub, for always rooting for us and the virtual presence here that we had. We also thank Society for Biomedical Technology, SBMT, for funding the development of Kadam, and Mobility India and the team, represented by Mr. Soikat here, for supporting us with the clinical trials and testing. Thank you. A big thank you to our patron, Mr. T.T. Jagannathan, and TTK Prestige, other project funders, well-wishers, for fueling our ideas and enabling our research and development. Thanks to the friends from media who are present here. Thank you, Ms. Anupriya, for the sign language interpretation and making our event more inclusive. My note would not be complete if I don't thank our team of engineers, clinical professionals, researchers, and technicians who make us look good. With the work that we do and everything that we've developed and whatever we put in place in the last 7 years. We also thank their families for putting up with us, calling them in late night when we have to develop or launch a product. Thank you so much. Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude, and gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. Thankfulness is often merely words, and gratitude is shown in acts. The best way to show our gratitude to everyone present here today is to continue our journey of research, product development, and dissemination to positively impact the lives of the users. And we assure you that we are right on course in our journey to do that. Thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you, Justin. We will now conclude the event with the national anthem. After national anthem, we request everyone to join us for high tea in Hall 4 outside the auditorium. I request all the audience to please get ready for national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय है, भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा, उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.